Hey guys, Chico with He Provides Homestead. We're at Orange County Community Gardens tonight. My lovely wife is harvesting, and Curtis has his really cool mowing, mulching tool. The machine is fantastic, but I'm not a machine guy. I don't know a lot about them. You show me how to use one and I can use one. I used to be a heavy equipment operator several years ago, so I can do it. I just haven't paid much attention to this, but it is a small tractor and you can change out the implements. He's got several implements and he really likes this machine. He let me use it once. So anyway, we're at the community garden. It is a great night. It's a little muggy and it's a little warm, but not anything that I should complain about. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's thunder. It is. So other than us three, there's no one here, but there is a lot of ripe food. A lot of tomatoes, and there's green and red. We're still harvesting some green tomatoes for fried green tomatoes. How many of you like fried green tomatoes? I do. I like them a lot. So we're harvesting green and red. We've harvested broccoli. We'll be harvesting some peppers. Actually, we've already harvested some peppers. Hand me the basket, dear. I want to just show them. Here is what we've harvested so far. Green ones, red ones, and I did have my Mater sandwich this week. Hadn't had one in a long time, and I don't know if you like tomato sandwiches, but I like them a lot. You put my knife on the bottom.
Sorry.
It's not really a knife, it's a multi-tool. I'm telling you, you should not be without those. Purple bell peppers. You got a couple of them. Oh yeah, bring that. They'll love to see that. Got some of these. We got several of these that are ready to harvest. Check out this. It's as big as my head almost. And we're just, we've only been here for a few minutes, started doing a little harvesting. We've got some work to do. Don't know that there's going to be a lot of people show up tonight. School starts here on Thursday. It will have already started by the time you see this video, but it starts, today's Tuesday and it starts this Thursday, so in 2 days, and they're having the open house tonight. And if you've noticed, I'm not holding the camera up and like that. We are going to show you, I want to show you some of the watermelons and some of the other food that is ripe, but I've told you about it once, but we got a phenomenal deal on an incredible professional tripod. So I'm wanting to use it. I know I'm going to need to do some interviews here soon, and I think you'll like the interview process better if we can both be on the camera like this. So I'm going to stop yakking for a little bit. We're going to get some work done. We're going to do some harvesting, and I'm going to show you some of the food that's ready to go. Corn is also ready. We took a couple of ears the other day, had them with dinner last night, and we're inviting her parents down for dinner on Thursday as well. And we're going to have fried green tomatoes, we're going to have fresh corn, we're going to have a lot of good garden fresh stuff. I'm not sure what the main entree is. I'm shooting for catfish nuggets, but we'll see. So anyway, we'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, I took the camera off the tripod, which explains why you're looking directly at the ground. We weren't here for this, planting these. I don't even know what these are. I ate one. They're fairly tasty. Do you know what they are? They're little, really dark berries. And then right beside them, we have ground cherries coming on. I only got a couple of the ground cherries last year. So I'm excited. Ah, darn it. I put my hand right in front of your face again, didn't I? I'm sorry. But I only got to eat a couple of the ground cherries last year. The kids, God love the kids, you know? But the raspberries, the strawberries, and the ground cherries pretty much get wiped out by the kids here. I think I got 3 strawberries and a handful of raspberries, and we'll see. I may have to get in there and do some wrestling to get some of these ground cherries this year. But we've got some stuff going on. I showed you the pepper, and there's some great ones here. These look much better than the ones I've got at home. We're still having some deer issue. If you'll look right here, deer have got a hold of this. And this late in the season that might be a problem, but early in the season the deer got a hold of all our pepper plants in our plot, and they've bounced back, or most of them. I think we've got 4 out of 9 left, so a little less than half. But those that did come back are producing. In fact, we harvested some peppers off of our plot today. Let me harvest another one of these. Check this out. Isn't that beautiful? That's going to be breakfast. And I'll show you some more food. We'll get melons and all kinds we got a lot of produce coming on. And I asked my wife, I said, hey, you got anything to say? Anything you want to talk about? And she said, I don't really want to talk on camera tonight. She said, but I think something we need to address is that this is what it's all about. That the harvest that we're making, green tomatoes, red tomatoes, chocolate bell peppers, green bell peppers, other kinds of peppers, the little berries, herbs, we've got watermelon. I don't know that they're ready though. Sorrel that we're taking home, lemongrass, oregano, all of these things that we're going to load up and take home tonight. That's what it's about. That's what makes those hot, sweaty days worth it. That's what makes coming here on our Saturday morning instead of going to the beach. That's what makes it worthwhile. That's why we do it. And I'll admit, sometimes we question it. Sometimes we say, do we really want to go today? Because we could go here, or this is happening down there, or you know, that band I really like, they're going to be in such and such. But the bottom line is if we've got discipline, and we don't always, but we have quite a bit. If we're disciplined and we show up when we should and do what we should, He'll provide, and we'll be blessed with a variety of good, healthy, chemical-free food. So, you know, here it is, 1st of August, decent weather, and a good harvest coming on. So, I'm glad we put in the effort. So, and I'm glad all the other people put in the effort. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. I'm not saying that me and my wife have done this. No, not by a long shot. This is a lot of hard work by a lot of good folks with a good work ethic. This is a lot of hard work by a whole wide spectrum of folks. Students, teachers, carpenters, doctors, executives, old dudes like me, homemakers. I don't know if homemakers is a politically correct word anymore. Probably not. Domestic goddesses. It takes all kinds to make this world work properly, and it's the same with this microcosm here, this community garden, this small gathering of folks. A lot of hard work by a lot of hard working folks, and we're all going to start reaping the harvest. So I tend to ramble, we all know this, and occasionally my lovely wife reminds me. So let me flip the screen. I'll try not to put, I am not going to put my hand in your face this time. And I'll show you some of the food that we have to harvest. And some that's not quite ready. If you'll see here, we've got watermelons that are starting to look like watermelons. They're too young and too immature, but they're coming on. They're going to be a good meal. Now, I'll show you over here. We had a serious rain the other day, and when I came down here on Saturday morning, it was mud, but it's much better now. That one's starting to come around looking like a real watermelon. We have planted over here gourds. No, my bad. No gourds. I don't think we've ever grown gourds here. Squash and pumpkins. And this right here is a Moon and Stars watermelon. They are yummy, yummy. Like them in my tummy. There's another one over there. This looking mighty inviting. Now, admittedly, we have a problem here that the world would probably be a better place if it had this problem as well. We suffer from severe politeness here. Last year was a problem. Folks are concerned to harvest too much because they're concerned that they will take away from someone else. And last year our situation was so bad that there was quite a bit of food left rotting on the ground because, you know, we were concerned about taking too much or hurting somebody's feelings or whatever. So I'm going to be a little less concerned this year. Check that out. I'm going to be more diligent in harvesting the food, and assuming that everybody is grown up enough and disciplined enough that we're not going to take advantage. I don't think there's a person one in this gathering of folks that would take advantage of anyone else, which is one of the things I like about this group of people. Some of the finest human beings I've ever met. Now Curtis, who I've told you is the brain trust, he can likely tell you what every single plant is in the garden. I can't. And I won't even pretend to. Now I will say this. I don't think this gardening year for where we are in southern Indiana has been as successful yet as last year. I don't think it's been quite as good a growing year so far. Hang on, I'll be right back and I'll tell you about it. I don't think this year has been quite the growing year that we had last year. Last year was a phenomenal year for pumpkins and squashes and melons, especially anything that was squash pumpkin related. And we grew squash from all over the world. We grew Thai squash, and I mean we grew it from everywhere. And this whole area, the reason I want to tell you about it right now, all of this area you see behind me was completely and utterly covered. I mean, literally all through here, it was hard to find a place to step your foot through here. So it was a good year for squash. And I believe every year is a good year for something. This looks like it's going to be a bounty year for peppers, which works well for me. I eat peppers almost every day. I either eat them in my breakfast, my Live Forever scrambled eggs. I'll link that right here. I put them in I tried a new recipe recently. It really wasn't a recipe. I threw some stuff together and it turned out good. Sausage and peppers, or peppers and sausage. I'll link that up here too. So it's a good year for peppers. I stuffed bell peppers. I like them. It's been a good year for corn. I'm not a big corn eater because I have some issues. I know, my wife says it's raining and I'm motivating towards our equipment. This camera though is waterproof, shockproof, dustproof. It does have limitations, but it's an Olympus something or other, tough 870. It's a pretty good camera, but no cameras be everything. Got off track, often do. We've got, what else have we got to harvest besides tomatoes, peppers, broccoli, corn, and herbs? Cucumbers. We've got some cucumbers that are ready to harvest. Sunflowers are ready to harvest. Last year we had a bounty year in sunflowers as well. I cut bouquets regularly for my wife and a couple of friends. I have a friend that's a member here who's also a teacher, and she had a hard time last year, and I cut her a bouquet and took him to her house, and you'd have thought I brought her gold. But we had a bounty year with sunflowers last year. So all in all, things are looking great. I don't think the rain's going to last because, well, you tell me. Let's look. Mostly blue skies. They're so little dark and we're getting a little bit of raindrops, but I think it's just like one freak cloud. So we're going to shut down for now. I may or may not be back. I'll tell you what, I won't be back. I need to take some pictures for our Instagram account and maybe even some for our Twitter account. So you can find us across social media at He Provides Homestead. Check into a new platform called Vidme. I think it's going to be a big deal. You can find us there as well. Thank you for liking our videos. Thank you for watching our videos. Everything you do, when you subscribe, when you give it a thumbs up, when you leave a comment, helps us out, and we don't mind asking you to keep it up because we appreciate it. So that's it. Tuesday night, a little bit of freakish rain, great harvest, pretty good weather, and one of the best things about it is you came along with us. We're glad you're here. Godspeed, folks.